friends to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
You're listening to Living Clean and Sober on City of Angels Recovery Radio.
Here's Johnny!
And with the host of our show, Johnny Raggs.
You are talking to a man who has laughed in the face of death, sneered at doom, and chuckled at catastrophe.
His partner in crime and co-host, Ken MacDonald.
What is thy bidding, my master?
You know, before this is over, I'm gonna need a whole lot of serious therapy.
It's like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking.
And our engineer, Art Ackerman.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain!
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
You see, we're on a mission from God.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Hey, come on. We're superheroes. What could happen?
With all due respect, sir, I believe this is going to be our finest hour.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone tonight? Welcome to the show. Hello, gentlemen.
Calling us names again, Steve.
Good evening.
Calling us
again.
names.
How dare you?
Gentlemen.
Steve's here. How are you, Steve?
Johnny,
Welcome
good.
back.
Yeah.
Marty, how are you, my friend?
I'm good.
The Yankees are losing.
I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is this? Are we
Wonder
in the
who-
World Series yet, or are we still in the playoffs?
Not yet. ALCS,
They might
NLCS.
Still a lot of
So they might not be
baseball
making-
left to play.
Yeah.
You're a Philly guy. What are you voting for the Yankees for?
Yeah, I'm a Yankee fan. So don't stop listening because of that. Give us a call.
Johnny's going to stop talking because of that.
Yeah, Kenny was ribbing me on the way here.
Yeah, you
On the
were a
way.
little, seemed a little salty.
He gets
They're walking across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever
It's
happened
all
to
sad now.
pedestrians?
And the game isn't even over yet.
Yeah,
Pedestrians get the right of way. Whatever happened to that? Is that
that's not a thing anymore.
Not in
doesn't
Hightstown.
sound like it.
Hightstown is a town of its own.
It
Hightstown.
certainly is. Beautiful
it's-
downtown Heights.
It's a 4-block long town.
Are we
Blink and you'll miss it.
are we in downtown Heightstown? Or are we
Yeah,
in
we are
uptown?
smack in the middle of downtown.
Center City, sort of,
Center
quote
City,
unquote.
yeah.
Well, the church would be in center.
See, if you look out
center.
this window here, you're looking right down on the main street.
Okay, Main Drag, huh? Main Street. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, I believe it
125
is.
South.
Main Street.
Yeah, I
Go
knew that.
figure.
Main Street, USA. How about that?
Everybody has a Main Street. Right?
What's going on, Artie, with COA? Give us some stuff.
Well, we have the gala coming up.
November 8th.
There's an NA meeting going on below our feet.
That's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
And, we're looking to start, just like we have this meeting here, we're looking to try and start some meetings back up at our Dwyer Center. And
Yeah.
get that kind of geared up and going again,
Right.
It's kind of died down there. And
Oh, really? When we had the show, right? That back then, didn't they have a meeting there?
well, there's still a huge AA meeting there on Monday night.
I thought so.
Tuesdays, I think there's Children of Alcoholics. or something
Yeah,
like that.
ACOA,
yeah.
COA, right.
adult children.
Oh, right.
And then I believe there's
I haven't heard that in a while.
Wednesday night, there's the Women's Naranon meeting. Friday night, there's
Nice.
the family meeting, Naranon family meeting. So there are still some meetings there, but we want to build it back up, you know what I mean, again. And,
Yeah.
try and offer a COA meeting and get the office back. Well, things kind of
trying
went by
that,
the
huh?
wayside, when they
Yeah, it was a good spot.
took or the rumor got out that they took the building away from us, and they didn't really take the whole building away from us.
Yeah, only
Right.
parts
I
of
remember
it.
some of that. Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
So it kind of slowed things down. And then we were here, I mean, this place
this
filled
is
a great
nice.
sword.
Yeah. So here we are. Welcome to our listeners. How are you? And yet another installment of Living Clean and Sober with yours truly and Ken MacDonald. And if you want to call in, we love callers, 609-241-7103. So what's going on the recovery front there?
Well, recovery's, booming, man. I found myself on the phone this morning with someone at 7:30 in the morning and giving him a call, reaching out. He just kind of relocated from Florida, and
Nice.
when I tell somebody I'm going to do something, I do it. So, and I'm not looking for any stars on my shirt or anything like that. A point I'm trying to make is that, we all reach a point in recovery where it's very important to give back.
Absolutely.
I don't know about you, but I've been taking my whole life. You know what I mean? So,
You think?
more?
No,
give me
I
more,
wasn't.
Give me more. Give me more. So now it's sort of like,
A little selfish there.
a little, just giving back a little something, something, something.
That's it.
But you know what? I mean, I know how it is to be alone in this program.
That's a tough thing.
Yeah, so, I ended up talking on Sunday night, and you were there, about how I drug myself to a meeting, was able to raise my hand, tell everybody I finally felt like I was at home, and that was my point of surrender. And people loved me up. They told me to keep coming back, and I did.
Imagine that.
First time in his life he listened to somebody.
First time in his life somebody told him keep coming back.
Yeah, usually they're like, you know what, we're not having that.
Don't let him back in here. Don't
We're
let
not
that
having the
so and
Christmas
so back.
festivities. We're not having dinner over at Mom's house this year. We've only been having it for 40 years.
Right.
I was
We're
just
not
thinking.
having it this year, Kenny.
I was just thinking about what you were saying about
just saying.
talking to people and reaching out, but also, there's like a twofold process that goes with that. Like when you're, you can be stuck, and you find somebody that's kind of stuck as well, and then you end up helping each other out. When you reach out, two addicts, the parallel.
Yeah, it's a what a concept.
It is, yeah, and a lot of the times that happens, without your permission. You don't even realize it.
Right.
I've had that
Great
experience recently. And it's a great thing. It just helps you to get out of yourself. Which is can be a dangerous place.
Ooh, yes it can.
Yeah.
I had a very spirited basic text study last night.
Oh, very nice.
Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible.
Incredible. I'm telling you.
Wow.
I walked out of there very filled up.
So what topics did you cover, John?
First and second step.
Oh, the
Good
beginning,
stuff.
like the foundation building
yeah.
stuff. Wow. I'm used to finishing, not starting.
Well, you have to start. I mean,
Well,
everybody.
kind of.
Start somewhere.
609-241-7103. Speaking of starting, somebody's starting with the phone calls. We're waiting to
Yeah,
hear
we're
from you.
we're bound. Somebody will call. I mean, I know the Yankees game is on, so probably a lot of people are watching that.
Well, if you get some phone calls, all of a sudden it lights up. It's probably because
They're losing. The game's over.
It's actually
It's
over.
a final.
Yeah.
But anyway, life is good.
Yes, it is.
I'm blessed by my participation in this thing we do. Wanted to come here tonight and just give it away, Just
Right.
give it away. Keep giving it away. I don't hold it long. I get it and I give it away.
Yeah. I know you brought Steve with you. How's things been, Steve, for you over the last couple of years?
It's been up and down.
Okay.
But that's life. It is a ride, and it is about perspective. But all in all, it's been good. If you keep it simple and remain grateful, even for the little things that I never used to notice. I find myself doing that kind of automatically anymore. If I'm driving to work and there's like, the sun's coming up because, nowadays we drive to work and it's still dark out and the sun starts coming up and I'll be,
Right.
in my daily drive routine, I could be, not paying attention to the road and paying attention to what's going on in my head. And I'll kind of look up and see the sunrise and I'm like, oh, wow, and it catches me. And then I automatically go to, wow, I'm grateful for that,
Sure.
I kind of like how, that's automatic for me because, that's part of what we practice in this program is gratitude, So, that keeps me grounded in a lot of cases where I can be, just far, far away.
Right.
So many good things that you get from this program that, you read all the literature and there's a lot of, it mentions a lot about gratitude and acceptance and surrender, and, it's all, when you're here for a while and that stuff becomes automatic and you start noticing the little things and focusing on that and, having conversations. I've been talking to my sponsor, often lately, and he's got a good attitude. He's a spiritual warrior, I like to call him. And,
What is a sponsor, Steve?
well, somebody to guide you through the steps.
Okay.
That's for sure. And if you're lucky, you can actually have a great relationship with them where, it goes above and beyond that, And in my case, I'm fortunate enough to where, my sponsor is a very good friend of mine. And I've actually learned a lot from him, outside of recovery. I mean, learning how to do, working on cars, fixing stuff. I mean, because this guy's, literally a rocket scientist. He was here.
Wow.
I think the last time.
was he?
Yeah, we've had Mike on.
He was here for the anniversary.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. With we had John and his wife.
Yeah,
Danielle.
that's right.
Remember?
Yeah.
Danielle and Johnny. Can't remember. His
I
last
remember
name.
Mike.
He's got I think 35 years clean now, and he's got a good.
That's
grip.
longer. He's clean longer than he used, right?
Just about. Yeah. Just I think a couple of years more clean than he was using. Yep. So that's a good milestone to hit. Very good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been clean longer than I used.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
It is a good thing, yeah.
I don't know what it means. It just means.
It's just a.
I don't know if there's anything to it. It sounds good.
It's a math problem. Yeah.
Well, I mean, getting to the other side. I mean, because let's face it, the disease that we have doesn't want us to get to the other side.
No.
It wants to keep us sick and using. So, I mean, I think it's important for people to know that, you get to the other side, there is some freedom from this thing between our ears, which can be overpowering on some days if we're not spiritually in tune with this process. Like you just talked about,
Spiritually
Steve.
buoyant. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
We have to be in the game, not sitting on the
Yeah.
bench or not standing on the sidelines.
There's I went through an experience a few years ago, and what astounded me was the power of addiction. Even when you're not using, and how intense that can be. I mean, just because you aren't using doesn't mean you can't get blindsided.
Absolutely.
And
life shows up, man.
Yeah, the key is support, and honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. Man, keep that. With these, we are well on our way.
Yes.
So it's good stuff.
It's
man.
amazing how you can, like from last night, thinking about that meeting with the book, and it's amazing how many people are in the rooms that don't believe they're addicts. Isn't that weird?
How did you notice that last night with some
I
other
asked.
people? Did you? And then so what happened? It's like who do you think are who believes they're addicts and
I would say yes, and they said, "Well, I don't know if I'm an addict." Like that.
Not
kinda.
really. one girl raised her hand and said, "I have a money problem."
All right.
I said, "Well, then you belong. You should be going to Wells Fargo. You have a money problem."
Well, a money problem referring to what? She didn't have enough money to cop
Right.
every day.
No.
Well, you're
So,
never going to have
Okay.
enough money.
As I
Right.
explained it, I brought it back to addiction. Which we all know that's what we tell ourselves. I'm not an addict. I have a money problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and I said, it's amazing how many people will not say that they don't believe they're addicts. Because
Wow.
it's intimidating. It's scary to say that.
Well, yeah, sure it is. I mean, it was scary for me when I first had to, admit it and
Dude,
say it out loud.
I didn't think I was an addict for maybe the first year clean.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm buying.
I can relate to
stuff.
that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know that with me it was something that I didn't want to admit. I just didn't want to be one.
Right.
I
Well,
just-
no, I don't
I-
think any of us do.
I just had that
Yeah.
thing. I had that stigma that I can't be an addict,
Right.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Well, it is intimidating at first, and then once you surrender to that and you can accept that, and accept that you are an addict, that's when the doors open up.
well, that's the beginning of the process.
Right,
But yeah, if you're and I try to save people aggravation, time, and energy.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if you're sitting in this room, you're probably an addict. You don't end up here by accident.
Right.
Right.
And
Even
I
if you
believe
were
that.
forced to come there,
I
you
thought
know,
it was
right?
the restroom.
Well, I know a lot
Right.
of people say that they came there because they're court ordered or this and that, but still, you're right. I mean, if you're there, even if
Whatever
you're,
it might be,
there's a reason.
But you're in that position to get there anyway. If
Right.
it's court, you know what I mean.
Yeah, you
If
don't
it's
end up
another
there by
reason.
accident.
Exactly. I believe that. Some people will say, "Oh, I don't know." People will show up here and they're not addicts. I have a hard time believing that.
yeah, me too. I
You know
mean,
what I
it's we don't get court ordered because we were jaywalking or didn't pay our
Jaywalking. I haven't heard that.
yeah jaywalking.
He said JJ walking.
Jaywalking, man.
Yeah, you had a little stutter step there.
Just a bit outside.
No, well, you guys understand
Is
what
that
I'm
like
saying.
walking like JJ from Good Times?
Yeah. Dynamite.
And that's the thing, man. It's the disease we have
Oh, shit.
wants to try to convince us
Exactly.
that that's true.
Or it convinces us that we
Right.
don't have it.
Yeah,
And addiction
sure.
doesn't matter. It doesn't care whether you think you have it or not.
No, it don't. That was the tip I went on. I said, you don't have to believe you have it for it to kill you.
Yeah,
and that's
very true.
That's right.
The worst part.
Yeah.
But it's all about the admission. So that's the way I went about it. In other words, to explain to people that you have the disease of addiction if you're in an NA meeting.
Whether you like it or not.
You don't have to believe it. It'll
Yeah.
kill you whether
Either
you
way.
believe it or not. So why don't you just believe that you're an addict?
Yeah.
Believe I believe.
Yeah, start somewhere.
Yeah, or let me believe for you because we believe
Right.
that you're here because you are an addict.
Yeah,
We wanna
I
help
believe you're an addict.
Right.
If you want someone to believe in you.
Then, I get them I go there all the time with well, you don't have to do it in front of everybody here now when you're alone tonight. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
That gets them. Because you can't, you can, but it's hard to actually lie to yourself when you're alone
Mm-hmm.
and you know the truth.
All right.
You know what I mean? So I go there with it. I said, how many times have people in this room admit, like when you're downtown at the Roundhouse, did you admit that you did them crimes? Or did you say, wasn't me? So the first step is an admission. We admitted.
I don't believe I did those crimes.
An admission of powerlessness. And somebody talked about not being powerless one time and then being powerless another time. I said, no. No. I said, you're powerless, period. There is no, I wasn't powerless, and this, you know what I mean?
Right, I had the power not to do
It's a multiple
but
choice
did it
question.
anyway.
Right. So, and it's fun because you see people like the possibilities run across their face. Like,
Yeah, you can see like a little switch
Can I
there.
really be
Yeah.
clean? You know what I mean? Like, and they're not sharing that, but you could read them. You know, and it's good. It's really good stuff. It's a good experience. What's your experience? 609-241-7103. Call us and let us know. We'd love to hear it.
Yes, sir. Insert.
This is a talk show, guys.
Insert audio meme.
Yeah, I already got 1 million of them, too, so he'll keep us entertained, right?
Personally, I think we got hosed on that call.
Yeah.
We'll go with the baseball theme tonight.
There you go.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
He's all there. He's all over that. I like it.
Well, you know, the other thing, I guess, which is on the horizon are the holidays. I know that people get, I guess, concerned, for the lack of a better word, that, you know, the holidays are the party time and I can do this and I can do that. Well, I just want to tell everybody right now that in my world, every day is a holiday.
You know,
That's
but,
right.
but not even just that. I mean, for somebody who might be on the street, not talking to their family, you know what I mean? The holidays are a pretty depressing time.
It's a
Yeah,
lonely
sure.
time, too.
You know, you don't have to be out there by yourself. You know what I mean? There's help. There's people that want to, you know what I mean, reach out to you.
Yep. Good point.
Right, you have a holiday Thanksgiving.
Yep, we have a Thanksgiving dinner. we
Yeah, I
have
was
a
just
Christmas
thinking
party.
of both of them today.
In fact, when we met last night, I was trying to get dates out of them.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to partake.
I mean, that stuff's going to come before you know it. I mean,
Right.
there's 72 shopping days until Christmas.
Really?
You remember?
that I didn't
remember it used to have the thing in there.
Is it that many? Is it really?
I think it's less than that.
Yeah.
Google.
Can you imagine that it's going to be like holidays soon?
Yes. It's cold out.
No, I
there.
mean,
you know, I
that's, why,
saw-
that's why I brought it up, because I know that, you know, I see people in meetings and, you know, they're concerned about maybe being around their family because it's a big party,
Holidays are a trigger.
you know, and just try to let them know
Oh,
that.
we got a call. Excuse me there, Ken.
Excuse me. Hello?
Hello?
Hello. Who's this?
Yeah, I was told that.
Who would
This
this
is Bubba.
be?
Oh, this is Bubba. I just texted Bubba to call into the show because he was, you know, he called and sent me a voicemail, and you know, I thought it'd be good for him to call in.
Who's Bubba?
Bubba.
Oh,
How you doing?
Yo, what's up, Bubba?
Good, good. What show am I calling in?
Well, it's called Living Clean and Sober, and it's an internet radio show.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then Johnny, you know John, and Ken MacDonald's here, and
Yeah,
I'm
how you
here,
doing?
And Artie's here.
and Artie's here behind
Hey,
behind the remote.
Say hi, Art.
How you doing, man?
So,
Thanks for taking direction. I mean, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Steve asked
Hey, you
you-
like that?
I like it.
Yeah,
It's
I
good.
mean, a lot of people don't take direction, I'm thinking.
well, I just, you know, Bubba had left a voicemail, and I said, hey, man, you know, call on the show, and let's, you know, we
Nice.
can talk. We were just waiting
Yeah,
for a
let's
phone
talk.
call. So how are you, man?
I'm good. I just left the meeting. I had to share during the in pain section, which was nice.
Yeah. Well,
You know, it's a big miracle of a meeting.
yeah.
Good.
The miracle of Narcotics Anonymous in action.
Absolutely.
How
I
about
mean, yeah, I mean, I was feeling horrible, really going through a lot of stuff because I'm working with a therapist. And
Okay.
I left the meeting, actually. I left the meeting and turned around, went back, and it was only about 5 minutes in, and just, you know, stuck it out. And I feel completely different than when I went in, which is the beauty and the magic of NA.
Yeah, the atmosphere of recovery took place in your heart. That's a beautiful thing, man.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It works.
It does.
Even when you don't work it, it works. How about that?
Yeah. Again, without your permission.
Yeah, how about that?
But, well, so, you know, I mean, it's good to hear that, you know, you are feeling a little bit better, man. But, you know, I know I can be sometimes in meetings, you just, you know, it's ironic how, and that's part of addiction, you know, it'll drag you right out of a meeting, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You want to talk about thinking like what you were just talking about? I'm sitting in a meeting, I got 15 years clean, they're doing the readings, and in my head I'm thinking, I'm not an addict.
After that much time clean, right?
After thousands of meetings, all them years clean, I'm thinking I'm not an addict. Where
Yeah.
does that come from?
No, I have that thought.
How
You know,
crazy is
it's
it?
just a thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have that thought sometimes too.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
I just laugh. I don't know where. It
Yeah, I
comes
was entertained by it.
Wow.
I don't need people to be around me to just start cracking up laughing.
Right.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah.
It's a real self-esteem booster.
I've seen
That's
that.
funny.
It is entertaining. It's like a 2-part movie, but you got to stick around for part 2.
Yeah.
That's how it ends.
Yeah.
don't
See it through.
And don't leave till the miracle happens.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So how long you been coming around, Bubba?
In March 31st, I'll have 6 years.
Nice.
Okay. Congratulations. Nice.
Thank you so much.
That's good work, man. Keep it up. You know, the word of the week is continue.
Oh, yeah? Is that the word of the week?
Well,
Okay.
no, I'm just sharing that with Bubba. I don't know if he'll be listening, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, not that we're
It's
talking
not our
about the word of
segment
the week,
yet.
but
Oh, yeah.
Give it up yet.
You're not at the word of the week yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's
8
another
o'clock,
segment.
so we're getting close.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
so.
No.
Will
them
this
what
show
time
be
the word of the
recorded?
week is.
It is
yeah.
recorded.
Yeah,
It
we're
is
recorded. We're live right now.
Yes, but we are recording.
But it
We
is
are
getting
recording
recorded.
it.
Where are you at? So, Steve, you're at a radio station or just on
Well-
the internet? Or
No, it's a setup in a room in a church in Hightstown. Right? Downtown Hightstown.
Right
Yeah.
on Main
Downtown
Street,
Hightstown.
yeah.
And you know, Kenny and John have been doing this for years. You know, and Artie through City of Angels, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
We've
and
been
that's
doing this 2013. We started this station.
Yeah.
And it's really you know, it's about trying to connect with addicts
In
out
a
there.
different building.
Yeah.
Different building.
And you know, the conversation just kind of flows and goes where it goes.
Yeah.
You know, and whoever calls in can, you know, get something off their chest.
Reach out.
Reach
Do
out.
anything.
You know, we're in a little bit of a blue mood because the Yankees the Yankees were losing.
They lost. It's 4-1 was the final.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
they did lose. Okay.
Yes, they did.
All right. Well, now we can put that behind
Yeah,
us.
that's done,
move-
and now
move-
we can move on.
Yeah. So
How about that?
you know, I didn't know if that would be.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Artie.
I just continue to.
Yeah.
I continue to keep driving around because we're doing this radio. I'm just driving around.
Oh,
I'm
are you
old.
trying to look for the station?
No, I'm just driving around because I can't. I don't want to sit in my driveway. That'd be boring.
Okay.
Right. Gotcha.
I hear you.
Good.
So-
I'm glad for your interest. That means a lot to us. We like callers.
Yeah.
Callers are good.
It's life.
Yeah.
You know?
Recovery's everything. It's the foundation for everything in my life these days.
You and me both, my friend.
Yeah. Me three.
Mm-hmm.
It's good
Yeah.
stuff. So that's why we do this, because we try to reach as many people as we can
Yep.
to get into recovery.
And now we're sure that
Yeah.
we'll be able to reach more people since the Yankees game is over. You know. So.
Yeah.
Strike
That's
three.
true.
You're out.
I like that.
Nice.
It's fun.
But I mean, that's one of the things I can remember not having the time to follow a sports team. I mean, I was too busy trying to get that next one.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't the next one for that night, it was the next one for the morning. It's called a wake up.
Right.
So when Steve was appreciating that sunrise, you were appreciating that sunrise for a whole other reason.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could never save one for the next morning.
I usually couldn't either.
Well, I'd like to try, but I couldn't either.
I gave it a vain attempt.
Yeah.
But it didn't work.
Well, things are different now. I mean, coming up on 6 years, that's a milestone.
Yeah, closing in on a decade.
Yeah, still going to meetings, working with a therapist, calling the radio show.
Yeah, I know Bubba's been doing a lot of work, man. A lot of
hanging out with Steve.
Very deep internal work. I know the guy he's working with, and this guy is the real deal, man. You know.
Okay, good.
You get in touch with some stuff that you know, when it comes up, man, it's strong. You know.
Yeah, came up tonight pretty hardcore, and it is what it is. But like NA's the support for all that. It's the foundation for doing any of that work. Because without NA, I wouldn't have said I'm going to go see a therapist. I wouldn't have been open to that.
Yeah, you probably would have never gotten in contact with the person, right? It's amazing.
No,
how
absolutely
things-
not.
Yeah, one thing leads to another, and you get directed to people, places, and things that you never thought you would have. I mean, that's the thing about.
Well, without
Go ahead.
the steps and the work, I'm just so closed-minded to everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's in an addict's nature to be closed-minded.
Right.
Wow, that's a strong statement. True statement,
Absolutely.
Mhm. But I hear a lot of people say, and I mean, my experiences as well, is that I couldn't have imagined what would go on in my life, by staying clean and working a program. We just, you're not capable of knowing that when you're first getting clean, because you just,
it's the
you're
unknown,
yeah.
right?
Very much so, but also unknown just because, you just your conscience and your spirit just wasn't, capable of opening up that far,
right?
And NA is a vehicle in which that can happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Talks about a power greater than yourself. I look back in my addiction for the first 34 years of my life. I don't think I believed there was a power greater than myself.
Well, yeah. That's
I was that closed-minded,
You were the
that
power.
arrogant, and self-centered, and I can be on a daily basis.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even clean, that stuff can be.
Yeah, yeah, that's the work.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It astounds me sometimes.
But we get
on a daily basis.
through the step process, we get to be able to get a consciousness of God, and it travels with me wherever I go, and it's internal. So and there's some days, where I think that God left me.
Yeah.
Like he wants nothing to, he ain't got time for me.
Yeah.
Still.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
I can relate to that a little bit. It's interesting because I guess you can go there with that, But there's so many.
I mean, and I'm not talking about months and months at a time. I'm talking about fleeting thoughts that tell me. I always have the things in my mind that tell me that why are you even trying anything? You're never going to make it.
It's like
blah,
proof
blah,
that addiction
blah,
still.
blah blah blah.
That's proof that addiction still is there.
Absolutely.
No matter what. I mean, it never goes
If it
away.
wasn't there, then I wouldn't have to do what I do.
Right.
Well, that's why it's a Just for Today program, because
Exactly.
we can't handle any more than that.
Right.
But we have
Word.
we have a lot of addictive tendencies just as human beings. Take
That's
out
just
the
the nature.
bad things that we do.
It's human. It's human nature. Some of
is.
the behaviors
A lot
that
of it
addicts exhibit are just have been ingrained in
This
us.
thing right here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, have been ingrained in us since.
Absolutely. Yeah,
you know,
that's it.
For lifetimes, for eons, and it's like it's hardwired into your nervous system.
It's
Literally.
like, when they say, if you think about using, play the tape. I don't want to play my tape because it tells me, man, that was really a gas when we were using. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remember the fun we had. It doesn't tell me about all the pain and suffering and heartache.
No.
So there's no such tapes to play. when I think about you. So
Yeah.
it's, call somebody else, pray, do all that. It's working the program.
Going to a meeting.
Exactly.
Sharing.
Getting my
about it.
hand up, asking for help.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's right.
The writing and the working of the steps is really paramount, because I could get to a point, like any addict, I suppose, be in a meeting, I could sound off and talk about things, but until I started working the steps privately, that's when I started to feel the change.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I love
Which
it.
I resisted. I resisted for a while.
A lot of people do.
I think just about everybody. does.
Naturally, we resist change, period. I mean,
Exactly.
Yes.
it's just way more intense when you're, you know what I mean, trying
Right.
to overcome something.
Yeah.
Past the top of the hour, you're listening to COA Radio, Living Clean and Sober with Johnny Raggs and Ken MacDonald. Woo-woo. Give us a call, 609-241-7103. We'd love to hear from you.
So.
Gentlemen, I must go. I have to get up early.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for calling, my
thanks,
friend.
Bubba. I
Nice
hope you.
meeting you, man. Thanks.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Taking
man.
a call.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll bring you on as a guest.
Yeah, dude. That's a good idea.
That'd be great. That'd be great. I would love that.
Yeah.
You'd have to stay out late, though.
Yeah.
Just saying.
We're on till 8:30, so
Yeah.
have to make
Yeah.
concessions for that. For that.
Bubba, I
week.
hope I hope you're feeling better, and thanks for calling, man. You were right on, man. I was texting, and I said, "Hey, man, you should just call the radio show." And next thing you know, boom, you were there, man. So cool. Thanks.
Yeah. Perfect.
Well, addicts are very impulsive,
Yeah.
Nah.
You're not at a Guitar Center or anything, are you?
No.
Okay, good. All right, bud.
All right, my brother. Thank you.
Sounds good, Bubba.
Thank you, John.
All right,
I
bud.
appreciate it, fellas.
See you, man.
Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Take care.
Well, that was an interesting call.
Yeah, that was good, man.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Kind of got things rolling.
Yeah.
And you were right on the head. It is 70 shopping days until Christmas.
Wow. Okay, so
70,
you're
well,
right.
I know
I
you
Googled
said
it.
72, right?
Yeah, you went
Yeah.
right over the top with that, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
man.
We'll take the 2 days, man.
Yeah.
So it's like almost 10 after 8, and it's time for everybody to look at their cell phones and see what's going on. So,
609-241-7103.
I think it's a good time for the word of the week.
I agree.
Yeah, I was.
Let's do it.
I mean,
is it still what it was when you said there?
Well,
at
the word for the week is extraordinary. And
is it an extraordinary word, or is it just the word extraordinary?
the word extraordinary, because there were some things that happened to me on Sunday. First of all, I've had this cold, so I made a major decision actually to stay home and take care of myself over the weekend.
Wow.
Because I'm used to getting up and going, and
You're an active guy.
Let me play around. I'll be okay, and all that stuff. And I ended up reading some information, things that guys posted on Facebook, and the word extraordinary. And I spoke about it Sunday night at the meeting.
Would it come up a
kept
lot?
reoccurring. And I kind of correlated it to my life that I was always afraid to be an extraordinary person. I thought that an extraordinary person was corny. How people used to wear those pocket protectors in their shirt.
Noids.
With the pens, the nerds, that's a good word. And I just never wanted...
The rocket scientists?
Exactly. Right. I never wanted to be that guy, and that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, we do have kind of like a narrow vision of what that is,
Yeah, I didn't want to be seen walking down the street with my dad on a Friday night with a bowling ball.
Right.
So you had your stigma about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of it was self-inflicted.
I love where he's going.
No, I hear you. It was just another affliction, right? Stigma.
Affliction. Yeah.
All kinds of good words flying around.
Yeah, that was more than one word.
Yeah. I think
Good
extraordinary
job.
is a good word.
So, due to the step process and the surrender to this program,
Do too.
do
And do tell.
There we go. A caller.
Saved by the bell again.
Hello, you're on the air.
Hello, this is Gail Cross calling.
Hi, Gail Cross. How are you, dear?
How are you all?
Good. How are you?
We are
Gail?
well.
We're extraordinary.
Well, better now.
Kenny was talking twice.
Oh, who's there? Art and John and who else?
Kenny
Kenny
and
Ken's
Steve.
there and Steve.
Oh, okay. I don't think I know Steve.
You do now.
Yeah.
I do now. Hi,
Yeah.
Steve.
Hi, Gail. How are you?
Hi, Gail. How you been?
How you doing,
Pretty
Mr.
good.
Mrs.
Busy.
Good.
Busy. Did you say dizzy or busy?
Both, really. You all know I'm busy.
It's been too long. I miss you.
What? Yes. Well, we made plans of the second week of November that I'll be there,
You're
and
supposed
I'm going to make an Italian feast
You are.
I like
for
that.
all of you. Yeah.
I'll make sure I
Yeah,
don't
Johnny
eat
can't
that
come
night.
though.
Oh, should we come early, Gail?
John has to stay home.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring Capone with me that night.
Capone.
Capone will love that.
Oh, Capone. Am I on live
Yes.
or am I dead?
No, you're online.
You're online. Capone says hi, by the way.
I'm sorry?
Capone says hi, by the way.
Capone.
Who said hi?
Capone.
Capone.
Oh, Capone. Okay. Give him a big kiss
I
from
will.
me.
I will. As soon as I walk in the door, I will.
Oh, cool, cool.
So
Have you
what's-
had many phone calls tonight?
You're the second.
I'm what?
You're the
I'm
second.
sorry?
You're the second one.
I'm the second call?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah, that is cool,
What have
yeah.
you guys been speaking about?
You're the 10th millionth caller. You've
That's
won.
right.
No.
Yeah.
We've been talking
What
about
did
you
I
all
win?
night.
What did I win? I'm so excited.
A fancy Italian dinner.
Yes. Cooked.
Oh, okay.
Yes, cooked by a good friend,
Cooked
Gail.
by you.
You bring it, we'll,
I actually
we'll serve it to
pardon
you.
me?
You bring it, we'll serve it to you.
Okay, cool.
What time are
I
you
guess I have
getting
to
here,
do
by
all
the
the hard
way?
work, huh?
Yeah, so what we were
No,
talking
actually-
about was we were talking about the foundations in recovery, acceptance, faith, and commitment. And we were talking about the things that we need to do to maintain recovery, like go to meetings, talk to other addicts,
Reaching out.
ask God for help,
Remain grateful.
being grateful. Gratitude is one of the keys.
Sponsorship?
Surrender.
Yep. Sponsorship.
Sponsor?
We did talk about sponsorship.
Yep.
Did. Leave it to me to leave that out.
Yeah, right.
We backed you up.
Well, what you didn't talk about, she did. So
That's right.
That's
It
how
all
recovery
comes around.
works.
That's how we work
Again,
together. That's
We're a
right.
team.
Two addicts.
Right. We were talking about that too, the therapeutic value.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's all
Well,
good.
interesting enough, unfortunately, somebody I was very fond of passed away yesterday morning.
Oh,
And
Sorry to hear that.
yeah, and she OD'd. She had OD'd twice before and brought back, but this time, unfortunately, she couldn't be brought back. And she used to work with me. She was a receptionist when I worked intensive outpatient facility. And she was just such a lovely girl. But when I left, I found out afterwards she relapsed and she was fired. And the lies that she told me and everybody else involved, that she was clean and she was clean and she was clean. And she never listened to any suggestions. She did get a sponsor, but then pulled away from the sponsor, did go to meetings and pulled away from the meetings.
wow.
And she did her own thing and did her own thing. And P.S., she died. So the message here is, if you're lying, you're only lying to yourself. You're not lying to anybody else. You don't get away with anything, and you'll end up dead. So, I mean, lesson to be learned about this horrible disease.
It is horrible.
Yeah, that's another thing we were talking about, is the power of addiction, whether you're using, whether you're not using, whether you believe it or not, it doesn't care.
Right.
It does not
Well,
care.
and City of Angels knows only too well about this insidious disease.
Yeah.
And the lies that go on, and and there's so much help out there.
Look how it started.
Especially with City of Angels. All the person has to do is call your show and say, "I need help."
Yeah.
Right, and that's something we were talking about earlier, how the disease wants us to convince us of things that aren't true. So what she was telling you, she was probably believing, in a sense.
Absolutely.
And she was just trying to convince you so you wouldn't turn your back on her. Not that you would, because most of us don't turn our backs on people.
Right.
We're always there with open arms.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. I always told her that. I am here for you. I love you. I'll do anything that you want. I'll bring you to a meeting. You can call me 2 a.m. I don't care. Just do the right thing and just do it. But the disease takes over.
Yeah.
If you don't work it and you do what you want to do, you will end up dead. And as we know, there are so many people dying. And it's sad because there's so much help out there.
Very sad.
But I guess people are just afraid.
Well,
And they don't have to be.
They don't. Either they don't want to, or they're afraid, or they don't know.
Well,
some people don't know, and you might scratch your head and think, how do people not know? But there's some people who don't know.
Yeah.
That's why we do what we do.
Well, and you mentioned that word fear, man. That's a big one, man. Fear is, comes in many different, flavors, But there is, that's what I think, and I've been in that place where, that's what it feels like. It's straight up fear, and a lot of the times addicts, even if we've had time clean and worked the program, you get those coping mechanisms, that we talk about. But sometimes you don't, and fear is a big one, fear's a big
And
one.
shame is a big one also.
Yeah. True.
She might have been ashamed, although she knew me for many years and she knew I would never judge her. She might have been ashamed to even fess up and say, hey, look, I've been lying to you all along.
Right.
Yeah, but it's hard for people to do that. You know what I mean? To
Of course.
be that honest with themselves.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, that's when
Absolutely,
addiction kicks in as well, because it's like, no, you can't.
And the more you're alone, the more you fall into that, Again, as I always say, man, the opposite of addiction is community.
Yeah, that's right.
I think the stress got too much for her. And I think that because she didn't have any coping skills, that's what she was doing. She was using.
Yeah.
You go back to what you know.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
Exactly. And now 6 children have no mom.
Oh, man.
That's pretty
horrible.
sad.
It's a heartache.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, if I didn't remember why we do this, then I
now you do.
Now. So
yeah.
Thanks for telling us.
We
that.
share our stories only to remind
Hello?
people or help people and all that. Hello?
Hello?
Hello,
Did you hang up on me?
No, not at all. Are you there?
Yeah, it went dark for a moment. I couldn't
it
hear
did.
All
anybody.
right.
It was Batman.
What went dark, the phone or you?
It was very dark on this end.
It was a dark sound. It sounded
Well, when
like
you
dark.
said the no mother with 6 children, I think we all our hearts
the
dropped.
Bottom dropped out a little bit. Yeah.
Because we know how important it is to have a mom in our lives. And when one's not there, I mean, God, we'll have to say a prayer for those kids that they find their way.
It's really sad. Yeah, very sad. It's as we will say, it's a selfish disease. we think of nobody but ourselves
No,
when we're
we don't.
using
No.
or drinking or whatever.
Self-absorbed. I mean,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
it's pathetic, really.
Until the miracle happens, we can't.
Yeah, then we brighten up and
Yeah,
get clean
yeah.
and
The
start
miracle
helping a million people and all that stuff.
It just didn't happen for her.
Some people are called, and some people don't make it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And some people don't want it, and no matter what you do,
Exactly.
if a person doesn't want it, a person's not going to get it.
You know, I used
you
to
have
think.
to work hard.
Yeah, I used to think it was real hokey when people would say the struggle is real, but it is real.
Yeah.
It
It's
is,
a big struggle.
but it's worth it.
Every cent,
Oh, it always comes down to money with you, John.
every minute of it is worth it.
Every little cent is important.
Exactly. You know what I was talking about.
I know. I read your mind.
What's on the menu for the first showing in November? By the way, on a lighter note.
There. Are you're speaking to me?
Yes, I am.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, I had asked one of the gals that I know in the program if she would come to the radio station and share her experience with all of you and all of the listeners.
Oh,
okay.
That would be
good.
great. I meant what's on the menu.
Yeah, is that
for
all, was that
dinner?
with red sauce or is that got red sauce or cream sauce? He was thinking of
He's either
food.
thinking of money or food.
Right.
I know.
Well, I
Wait,
have
what's she
made
bring- what's she
my
bringing?
famous meatballs.
Nice. I
Oh,
like it
very
so
My
good.
far.
favorite meatball, sausage, and how about chicken parm with pasta?
Beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's more
How's
than
that
we
sound?
that's more
That
than
sounds
was
great.
expected, I believe.
So what time should I be here? 5 o'clock?
Well, the show ends at 8:30. If I were you, I'd come around 9.
I love it. Gail, can
When
we?
when the doors are locked.
Yeah.
Gail, can I eat before the show starts?
Yeah,
Maybe like
you
6:30?
don't want us to be starving while we're doing the show.
Yeah, anytime you say, I'll be there.
Oh,
It's up to the boss. What do you say?
I'm the one who's retired out of this whole bunch here. So,
right. Art says 6:30 would
Yeah.
be perfect.
6. Well, how about 6? That's at least
6
gives
is
us
fine.
right?
4:30. No.
No, 6.
4:30. A quarter after 4. How's that?
It's getting
Well,
earlier
we're,
and earlier.
We're thinking you have quite a drive, Gail, coming from where you live, right? You're still outside of New York or in New York or? Or North
I'm
Jersey,
in
or-
Roxbury. It's all the way north. It's about 15 minutes north of Morristown.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
You're up
Oh, yeah,
there.
You are up there.
I'm way
close.
up
You're
there.
close to Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls.
Yes,
I'm silly tonight.
By the way, the walkathon was wonderful.
Do you like it?
And Art does wonderful work. That's
He
a lot of
does.
work.
Well, we got time to spend with each other, you and I, so that made my day.
Yes, absolutely. I always said you guys feel like family, and I don't know why. And they say there are no coincidences, and I don't think this was.
Actually, I'll see
And
Gail twice.
for me
'cause,
to even get involved all the way up here north is really God intervening, right?
Gail's coming to
Absolutely.
the gala, so I'll see her twice, right? Because I'll see you for November 8th at the gala, and then that
Right.
Tuesday you'll be on the
Exactly.
show, right?
Yeah.
What show? Tuesday
What
is
show,
what?
she says.
What show? Well, the gala, yes, and then what else?
The
And then
radio
the
show?
Oh,
Johnny
the
that?
second week in November, yeah.
You remember Johnny?
What did he say?
Do you
Is
remember?
that, who's going to the gala? Art and who else?
I'm
All
going.
of us. I'll be there.
Who's we?
Are you going, John?
Yeah,
You
I'm
better get your
going. You
tickets,
got it?
man.
Who?
Okay.
John is going and Kenny's going?
I think so, yeah.
Of course.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, November
This
8th,
should be
yeah.
fun.
I'm going to have to get the details.
I'm still working on two different things to be raffled off.
Uh-huh.
All right, good.
And, yeah, I've been working really hard on one.
Okay.
So hopefully they come through, and we'll have some nice things to raffle off.
Beautiful.
Well, no, it's not raffle off. It's
It's
the
a
silent auction, no?
Yep. Yes, silent auction.
Yes.
The silent auction, not a raffle, yes.
Right.
Yeah, that should be nice.
Right, so this
Should I
food-
let you guys go? It's almost time for your show to end.
Yes.
In
yes.
a little bit, yeah.
In a couple of minutes.
All right. Whenever you've had enough of me, just say goodbye, Gail. Goodbye, Gail. Goodbye, Gail Capone.
Goodbye,
You're
Gail.
done.
Thanks for calling.
All right, thanks. We'll see you.
Right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you at the gala, and I guess the radio show the Tuesday before that. You're coming the 5th.
No, it'll be the Tuesday after.
No, the second Tuesday.
Second Tuesday.
The
Right?
second
Aren't
Tuesday.
you the second
Second and the
week
fourth.
in the last week?
Yes, we're the second.
Except for
and
this
the
week, we are
fourth.
the
Yeah.
third and the fourth.
Yeah, we kind of got switched up this month.
Oh.
So we will be here next Tuesday too, right?
Exactly.
All
yeah.
right.
Next Tuesday.
Not to confuse you, Gail.
I'm very confused. Help me.
We're here for you. We love you.
Well, I'll text John and see the dates because I'm very confused.
You got it.
Okay.
We'll take care of it.
Okay.
Thanks for calling,
It was
dear.
really nice talking to all of you and look forward to seeing you.
Yes.
Get home
Likewise.
safe.
All right,
Take
thanks.
care.
We will. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
She was giving us direction on.
Yeah. So anyway,
Just say goodbye, Gail.
You know, I just wanted to read the definition of extraordinary,
All right.
Okay.
and it's very unusual or remarkable. So you have to think that very unusual. That's not mainstream.
No, it's not.
It's not mainstream to be
It's not usual.
Very unusual.
extraordinary. It's very unusual. So
Most unusual.
you know, just like living this program too, it's extraordinary thing, but it's very unusual.
It is. It is unusual for an addict to be clean.
Yes.
Very.
And we become what we surround ourselves with. When
The
I was
winners.
today,
I just saw this on Facebook. It kind of caught me. It says that courage is knowing it might hurt and doing it anyways. Stupidity is the same, and that's why life is so hard.
I like
wow.
Yeah,
It makes sense.
It does. It does. Yeah.
So we survived another show. How about that?
Yeah.
Yes, even though the
It
Yankees
flew by.
lost, we survived another show.
You just had to go there.
I had to
Can
go
I get
there.
a fist
Yeah.
bump, man? You guys fist bump all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, we
Like,
do.
you know,
We do.
Sorry,
you cut me out, man.
No.
You just.
Kind of starting to feel some kind of way about that.
Wow.
What kind of way is that?
He's getting assertive on it.
Alienated,
Right,
I'm
right.
being left out.
It's a good thing we got 3 sofas in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
Right.
So you impressed with the room?
Yeah, I mean, dude, like
He never saw it like
Yeah, before it was like a beat up couch over here
Right.
and a couple of chairs. This is really nice.
the light. We didn't have the.
Art
You
polished
got-
those,
you got the
yeah.
black curtain here.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Yeah, we clean up pretty
polished
good.
those couches up. Man.
Yeah, we do.
You got the headphones, which really make a big difference
Exactly.
for
Yeah.
listening. You
Yeah.
know, the clarity.
It does.
Helps with the calls too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He ate all your
eating all
donuts.
I'm eating all these blessed things.
I'm not supposed to have any of them.
Me either. Yeah, what do you got? Is there any left?
Oh yeah.
Steve's eating all
Let's
the
just
donuts.
say they are
over there.
far from heart healthy.
Yeah, they are. What are you looking at me like that for?
Well, because you're not permitted to eat
It's
stuff
bad
like
enough
that,
you,
John.
you had to confirm.
Permitted.
You had to confirm that the Yankees lost, which I already told you.
That's extraordinary.
Look, I mean, it's you win some and you lose some. So
I'm sorry.
Whatever.
There's still a lot of baseball to play, Johnny.
Tomorrow's another day.
Right.
Well,
Well, they
yeah.
probably won't play tomorrow because of all the rain.
Yeah.
We were
Maybe they'll
thinking-
get a
Oh,
break.
you living in the future now?
Absolutely. Dude, why? See, I'm getting beat up here already, man. It's like
yeah,
I'm at
well,
work.
that's what we want to do. He's beating everybody
we
up
talked
tonight.
about
All right,
this
Greg.
Just for today program.
It
Thanks.
is just for today. And
Hey,
just for today, thanks everybody for listening.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for having me back on here.
Good
I think this
seeing
is
you,
my
brother, man.
I think this is
I
my
wanna
third
thank-
trip here.
Yeah, we
I'm
haven't
gonna
seen you in a
thank-
while too, man. It was
Yeah,
good to
it's
see
been.
you again.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah, I'm
thank
glad.
Artie for another great job.
Try not to be a
Steve, thanks for
stranger.
being
Way
a
to
guest.
go, Artie.
Thanks
Don't
for calling,
forget, we'll
John.
be here next week.
Yeah,
Next week.
we will be here next week. No second and fourth this month. We'll be here next week, and until then,
The 3rd and the 4th.
be well.
Be extraordinary.
Oh, man.
Take it in just to shut you out, preoccupied without a doubt. Nicotine, amphetamine, caffeine with a little cocaine, anxiety, hallucinations, immediate gratification. Does it really matter where I've been? Does it really matter where I've been? Walking down the street naked as can be, dreams and schemes and wedding rings. The hands agreed are choking me. Does it really matter what I've been? Does it really matter what I've been? Ooh, I wanna take you there. Ooh, I wanna take you there. Politicians and teachers, gunners and lawyers, gamblers, destroyers, fathers, brothers, daughters, mothers, nearly